Welcome back, it's Tomahawk. Today we are doing a review of the ISU-122S. This is a Tier 7 German, Soviet tank destroyer, and it is a special, as you see with the special paint job here, and it's extra Soviet because it has 2 logs. Stalin is approving this right away. This thing is no longer for sale, but I'm pretty sure that at special occasions this vehicle will return, and I would like to recommend this vehicle before I even say anything about this tank. So, what makes this thing so special? It is this guy here, the 122mm D25S. But checking this other thing out, this ISU-12244, it has the same gun. So what's the difference? Well, let me show you. This rate of fire 8.11. Accuracy is the same, aim time is the same, completely the same. However, this rate of fire really makes a difference. If you check out this tank, basic stats: 870 hit points, 46 tons, 600 horsepower, 43 top speed is basically the chassis of the normal IS, which is quite a mobile tank, and for a thing this looks this bulky and weighs 46 tons, it is pretty maneuverable, so not bad at all. Rate of fire, as I said, 8.11, which makes the actual gun reload time 6.11. So be ready to dish out 390 damage every 6.1 seconds. The only drawback here is the 175 penetration, which you will see in tier 9 battles, because then you're gonna suffer a bit. However, your rate of fire makes up for that a little bit. So let's compare it again to this ISU-12244. This one is pretty mobile on the basis of the T44 medium tank. It has better armor on the front here, with a lot of sloping going on, and also having 90mm. Comparing that to this 90mm, the slope is less favorable. However, these side skirts will deflect some shots, and the gun mantlet might absorb something. But a shot right here or right under in this plate is likely gonna penetrate. So the armor is a bit worse. Then coming back to the rate of fire, again you can pretty much scare off people with this enormous gun. You still have your APCR rounds, which have a penetration of 163 until 271, so in case of fire, break the glass and start firing APCR rounds. So, what more is there to say? Like I said, it is no longer for sale, but it's gonna probably come back in some future package. So, then I have my other tier 7 tank destroyer, the ISU-152. How does it compare to this one? Well, not so much. The armor is maybe comparable. The mobility definitely speaks in favor of the ISU here. It's faster, it turns a bit quicker. At least that's how it feels. So let's compare these 3 tanks to in terms of tracks here. And here it's confirmed it's 27 degrees instead of 23 degrees, and actually 42 degrees on the ISU-12244. So definite win in terms of the tank right there. Let me get the other gun on it, which might compare the. So, what we can conclude is that these 2 guns are in fact completely the same. So if I would pack this on my ISU-152, I would have exactly the same rate of fire and exactly the same gun stats. Also not bad, but I like my derps every now and then, and it works out pretty well for me. But here, like I said, this thing is more mobile and can come into better places at a better time, as you will see in the replay that's gonna follow this one. Reasons for buying this tank: first, I'm a tank collector; second, it looks awesome; and third, the stats of it are really good, and I really enjoy playing this tank. I have an Ace Tanker replay coming up for you right after this. However, first a remark on Wargaming's policy on premium tanks. Let me get another one I bought a bit a little while back, and that is this Cromwell B. Basically what they're doing, they're introducing different versions of existing tanks. They give them a very attractive skin. They sell them for a limited amount of time, so they lure people to buy them. So first they generate income. How they do this? Like I said, skin, existing tank, fun to play, and slightly tweaked stats over the original. Why they do this is to lure people in this short amount of time to buy this vehicle. Pretty smart, and by limiting the time you won't have cases like the Type 59 like we had before, where the tank itself was pretty overpowered and everyone started buying it. You had battles where there was 7 or 8 of these per team. It's not as much fun as it was before, but it's still a very good tank, and I'm happy to see there is no more wolf packs in every single battle, because they would rip you apart. But coming back to our original tank, the ISU-122S. Let's do some. So here I am on Windstorm, is this map's called? I think so. Anyway, I'm platooned up with my best buddies Yellow Pete and Tierham in a tier 8 matchup. And I decide to go down this flank. I don't want to directly get confronted with heavy tanks right in front of my face who will penetrate me in probably a guaranteed way if they get a hold of my frontal zones, or even the sides, or even the back, because they're gonna penetrate with those guns. My platoon mates also decide to move up here. With Yellow Pete was in the mood. I'm gonna play KV2 no matter what tier you're gonna play. And we had Tierham in this tier 7 Japanese. First target, WZ takes a hit on me, takes directly some health off, and I give him a shot in return, so there you go. See, the rate of fire is pretty good, the reload is pretty fast, and I will try to get another shot on the WZ. Look at this. I'm shooting right into the ridge, and thank my crappy laptop for this, as it does not even render this. You see, the WZ shot right through my gun mantlet there. Not very hopeful for the rest of the battle. Anyway, we decide to push forward. I want to get away from the Super Pershing, as he is riding in my way here. Not much has happened in the game. Teams are pretty much just checking what's possible or what's not possible on which flank. And the WZ is still there. And I really want to see what's up there around the corner, as I would like to say hello to our WZ friend again, but the Bulldog decides to do what I had in mind. Maybe a better decision. However, he does take a hit. And there's a T69 autoloader, which I don't want to have shooting at my front with only 700 hit points, shooting at my side with only 700 hit points left. And he shot twice now, and I tried to get a shot off on him. He bounces on me and damage 404 on his tank. Nice one. See there, T-32 is camping there when normally the tank destroyers are camping. He can be pretty nicely held down there, as there is also no artillery in this matchup. Pretty tricky. Just parked up here, look around. As you can see, the gun traverse is not very good on this tank. So you should really use it as an assault gun sometimes, as you will see in a little bit. I decide to move around because Tyram is yelling for help and only has 216 hit points left. Has that free round autoloader on there, so is a bit crippled as he has to reload every now and then. Mr. Centurion, how you doing? Kaboom! You see, I hit him once. He tries to turn around his turret, but he's not even fast enough to resist my second shot. And there we go. I told Tyram, please don't fire. Or I wish you hadn't fired, because then we could have shot together and done about 500 damage on him, but he only takes 100 and pulls away. Unlucky, but no super big disaster as of yet. I start taking a hit from the T-150 who's shooting HE, I think, and Tyram decides to push a shell towards him, so he backs off, which leaves me the opportunity to do this. 8-6 in our advantage, 1724 damage done, and as I wait for this T-150 to reappear, I shoot and nothing happens. Thought he was gonna be there, but here again, my reload is fast enough to just pump a shot into him. So what can we see? Tier 6, not a problem. Tier 8 medium tanks, not a problem to penetrate. And here we can confirm Stalin guidance right there. Even he took my commander out, turned my tank, fired right away, and it pumps him in. So it's not only the KB2 that has Stalin guidance, we now also have the ISU-122 as a confirmed one. Tyram again in trouble and gets taken out by the Tiger, so I have to do another firefight here and do something about this Tiger. And yep, this tank is pretty easy to play. Oops, as I get stuck here. It's 12-11. It is tricky in a way as Yellow Pete also dies. And our T-34 in the city is doing a good job by holding off the IS-3. We still have a good looking Super Pershing there, which should help us out by pushing towards their base. See, moving slightly uphill. I'm only doing about 25 kilometers per hour. However, I quickly accelerate if I push down this hill, and this T-32 hasn't moved an inch since he had been spotted there last time, pretty much abandoning his buddies in the town and maybe even throwing the game for him. How is he gonna survive against the Bulldog, the ISU, and the Super Pershing? 4 kills in, 2600 damage done. Let's do some more. Bulldog provides the distraction. I take out his track only, oh crap. But this guy doesn't seem to be able to make up his mind, so I push up another shot into his front, and now he wants to shoot me, and he changes his mind again and gets taken out. Not very well played by this guy. So then we have a IS-3 and the ISU-122 left. I speed up the gameplay a little bit just to do some capping here. We're not too sure about it. Let's play it safe. Speeding it up even more. And then they get spotted. I wait for the IS-152 to shoot, so I can get an extra shot in, but I get unlucky. No Stalin guidance this time. So let's have a look at the post-game stats here. This was eventually an ace tanker. No battle heroes, as I got unlucky catching my 6th kill here, so no Top Gun. But you can see this tank is pretty ridiculous. Let's base this on experience earned. you can see 1267 experience with 3106 damage done, leaving me to this report here. You can see the ammo is quite expensive if you shoot a lot. I didn't fire any gold in this round as it was absolutely not necessary, but still grants me a very healthy profit of almost 58k. You can see 3106 damage done, of which only one shot did damage from 300 meters or more. This was a total assault gun mode game, as I was just firefighting all over the place and just sweeping them away with this rate of fire and the alpha damage it packs. This is a pretty sick tank. You can see it was a ×2. I had my boosters on, get my bonus for the premium vehicle, granting me 4275 experience, which is very nice for training your crew. So in the end, might this tank reappear on the servers? You could see it can do pretty devastating things. The only thing where it is suffering is in tier 9 battles, but still then, if you just stay back and get into nice positions, you can just fire for effect with this rate of fire and take people's tracks out and get some support damage done, or try to flank them if they're so occupied with other tanks that you can still pump shots in their sides or in their rears. But for tier 7, and you saw also here tier 8, you don't need to be afraid. You can just keep shooting, get this gun to work, and do a heckload of damage here. So this was it. Hope you liked it. Subscribe, like, and comment, as I would like to know your thoughts on this tank. And I'll catch you next time, and thank you for watching.